Hello everyone, this is part 16 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto sighed as his company Haku and Joshiro slogged down the trail alongside him in a decidedly more chipper mood. Naruto's eyebrow twitched as Joshiro slid his arm around Haku's shoulder and pulled her to him for the umpteenth millionth time on this trip thus far. Naruto palmed his face and muttered to himself, for Kami's sake I should have brought Sakura-chan and the team, at least I wouldn't have to play camp counselor then, damn it. Joshiro looked over at his miserable brother, completely oblivious to Naruto's mindset at the moment. Hey, you okay over there, little man? Naruto sighed and began to answer, well, kind of. I mean, you guys have been all over each other since 5 minutes out of the gate and I'm feeling very out of the loop right now. You know what I'm saying, big boss, big boss. Naruto looked to his side and sweat dropped as he saw Joshiro speaking into Haku's ear. You're so pretty, Haku-chan. I can't wait to get you to reassemble so I can show those idiots my hot, killer girlfriend. I wonder if we could convince Naruto to not sleep in the guest room with us. Naruto almost flipped out as he looked at his right arm. I could use the arm blade and slit his throat. No one has to know. Friendly fire. I could bury him somewhere no one would ever find him. Naruto shook his head as they passed a sign coming up on a split in the road. Hey big boss, you going to Capital City while we're out here? Joshiro got serious and took on a contemplative look. I shouldn't go off alone, it's further than reassemble. Naruto waved dismissively. Go ahead, just get back before it's time to head home and we're cool. You can even take Haku-chan with you, I'm sure she'd love to come. Haku looked at the blonde demon container. Are you sure, Naruto-kun? This entire mission is to get your arm fixed. If something happens you couldn't fight at full strength. Naruto opened his mouth before Joshiro cut him off. No, I'm still going with you, Naruto. Besides, I haven't seen Winry-chan and the old bat in ages. I should go. Haku looked between the brothers before voicing her thoughts. Why would Joshiro-kun want to go to your capital? Naruto looked hesitant before he spoke. Big Boss used to live in Capital City when he was a little kid with his family, and then some things happened and now he's with me. Joshiro sucked his teeth and turned towards the path heading to reassemble. Come on you guys, let's go. We need to get the runt's shit together before we have to fight. Haku and Naruto began to follow the white-haired teen as Haku slid closer to Naruto. He never told me about his family, Naruto-kun. We never talk about our families because neither brings it up. What happened to them? Why does he live in Konoha? Naruto shook his head. There's a whole backstory to it, Haku-chan. If you talk to him yourself he'll probably tell you himself. It's not my place. But we like you, Haku-chan. He's really into you, and he trusts you. He'll share it with you, I'm sure. Haku smiled at Naruto before moving up to walk with Joshiro. Naruto smiled when their hands linked up. Naruto sighed and grabbed his head. Great, tragedy, now I'll never get them off of each other. This is gonna be a long week. XXX. Back in Konohagakure. Tsunade sighed as she watched Shizune exit the office. She shot a short look to the paperwork on her desk as she rolled her eyes. Kami Sarutobi-sensei, does it ever end? Hiruzen was off on the side laying on a couch reading through one of Jiraiya's Ika books. I can't say it really does. Don't worry, you'll get used to it eventually. It comes with the job. Having trouble on the job, Aheim. The two people in the room turned their attention to the window to see Jiraiya sitting on the windowsill. Tsunade cracked her knuckles to stretch, using this intrusion as something of a break. Jiraiya, what brings you here? Jiraiya jumped into the office and walked up to her desk. Well, it's about everyone's favorite blonde, one-armed Gaki. I need to take Naruto with me on a little excursion for a while soon. Hiruzen looked up from his book at the Toad Summoner. Jiraiya, we need all of the high-level ninja we can get in the village, especially after the invasion. Jiraiya looked at Hiruzen with a deadpan expression. He's one kid, Sarutobi-sensei, and besides, we didn't really take that much damage. We won't be gone for that long. Tsunade quirked an eyebrow at Jiraiya. Well, how long were you planning on taking him for? Jiraiya looked away sheepishly as he quietly spoke. I was thinking, something along the lines of 2 or 3 years. Hiruzen and Tsunade both shouted, 2 or 3 years. Tsunade growled as she slinked in her chair, what on earth could you possibly need him for that long for? Jiraiya sat in a chair, I'm glad you asked. I was going to try training him some more to get him ready for his future opponents that you just know he's going to have to face. Tsunade nodded, I guess so. After all, the Akatsuki group that you told me about were good enough to get inside of the village directly after the invasion to engage him, and they did beat him pretty badly from what Sarutobi-sensei told me. Jiraiya nodded, not only them, but there's also the matter of his father's enemies too. After it comes out he's going to have a target painted on his back from pretty much everyone in Iwa. Hell, Kumo might send an assassin or two to get the kid. Hiruzen set his book down and sat up with a groan. Speaking of which, I've already held off on Minato's deal as it is already. I was supposed to tell him after he got promoted to Chunin. I'm kind of glad that he's been kept so busy lately because I'm really not looking forward to that conversation. Jiraiya stood and began walking to the window. Yeah, that really sucks, sensei, good luck with that. Hiruzen glared at Jiraiya, you know you'll be there when he finds out, right? Jiraiya froze in step as Sarutobi had a sly grin on his face, and when I tell him, more specifically your role in the grand scheme of things, he'll probably try to vent on you quite a bit, I imagine. Tsunade smirked as Jiraiya paled, he's right, you know, Jiraiya, Naruto will more than likely kick your ass when we tell him you're actually his godfather. Jiraiya groaned as he slumped in defeat, do I really have to be there when he finds out? Because he's going to try to kill me, and then I have to travel with the kid for years after this, it'll be miserable. XXX. Resemble, the edge of High no Kuni. As the pattern of small homes and fields came ever closer, Naruto was at the end of his wits. Damn it, with those two getting all up on each other after their family sob stories, it is really getting me lonely right now. I need some female company right now. Naruto smirked to himself, I always have female company in my head, when she's not asleep. Yo, Kyubi-chan. The ever-present voice in his head responded, yes Naruto-kun, I'm here, and I resent the comment you said. Naruto shook his head mid-stride, you can't tell me you don't spend the majority of your time sleeping. I never talk to you unless you start talking first. Kyubi pouted inside his head, no fair Naruto-kun, I guess I'll just go back to bed then if you're going to be that way. Naruto sweat dropped on the outside, oh come on Kyubi-chan, I want to talk to you. Just answer me. Quote. Kyubi-chan. Quote. Damn it. Naruto grumbled as a two-story house at the top of a slope came into view. Naruto smiled as a figure sitting on the front porch smoking a pipe caught his sight, still smoking after all these years. Joshiro brought a smirk to his face as he cupped his hands around his mouth to shout, Pinako, you old bat. How are you doing? Pinako looked up as a smile came to her face, Joshiro and Naruto, it's been quite a while hasn't it boys? Pinako took note of the dark-haired girl walking with them, and you brought someone else along with you. Who is this pretty young lady you have here? The group walked up to Pinako as Haku stepped out to bow to her, hello Pinako-san, I am Haku Momoki. It is nice to meet you. Pinako smiled, she's beautiful boys. She's probably Naruto's girl right? Joshiro's face fell as Haku sweat dropped and Naruto snickered, Joshiro, the lunkhead probably couldn't get a woman of dear Haku's caliber. Joshiro stood and got in Pinako's face, damn it old woman, 2 years. 2 years since you've seen me and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is a blunted insult. Totally uncalled for I have to say. Joshiro pointed at Naruto, look at this little munchkin. He wouldn't have a single idea of how to handle a girl like Haku, little pissant has enough problems as it is, among them is that he is yet to develop any sense of game. Joshiro snaked his arm around a blushing Haku, only a real top-flight security ninja like me could possibly get her attention, a brat fresh out of primary school like the Fullmetal dwarf, over here should stick to the playgrounds. Naruto growled at Joshiro, hey, you. I believe experience and history will prove that when it comes down to I laid my game down quite flat thank you. You pretty much lucked out with Haku-chan, my prank backfired. Regardless, from what I've seen from you, you don't have any game, you're just a friggin' horndog. Joshiro smirked, calm down runt, your big brother does indeed possess game. Naruto got into Joshiro's face, game recognizes game big boss. Joshiro squinted in aggravation, game recognizes game runt. Naruto smirked. Okay, name the coolest, most badass, smoothest thing you ever did to leave Haku-chan speechless that didn't involve you touching all over her in some way, shape, or form. Don't worry, I'll wait. Joshiro lost his cool. You little bastard, why just the other day Joshiro took on a pondering look. Hold on a minute, let me think. Naruto counted silently on his fingers while Haku slinked into the background in embarrassment. Naruto chuckled. Exactly, that's what I thought. Naruto turned to Haku. Sorry Haku-chan, Big Boss needs to know when to shut the up sometimes. A random wrench came flying out of nowhere and drilled Naruto in the head, sending him to the ground. What the was that? Upon ending his question, a ratchet came from the upstairs window and nailed him in the same spot on his head. The group looked up to see Winry with a not too pleased look on her face. I knew letting Joshiro live with Naruto-kun would totally mess with his vocabulary. Naruto sat up and glared at the blonde girl in the window. Winry-chan, why? Why did you do that to me? I thought we were close. Don't you love me anymore? Naruto went puppy-eyed as tears started to form. Winry had tears forming also. Naruto-kun, I was just chiding you for cursing so much. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry. Naruto's tears disappeared as a grin appeared on his face. May I know I'm just messing with you. What's up, Winry-chan? Winry huffed as he went back inside. Her entire path through the house was heard by all four outside. Pinako turned to Naruto. You might want to brace yourself, kid. Friendly warning. Winry slammed the front door open to march over to a terrified Naruto. She stood over him for a moment soaking in his fear before picking him up and slamming him to her chest in a massive hug. Oh Naruto-kun, I missed you, little guy. You got so big over 2 years, how are you? Joshiro's sweat dropped. Well, I wasn't really expecting it to go down like that. I was expecting grievous wounds or something. All three looked at Winry smashing Naruto's spine and ribs in a hug. Actually, she'll still probably maim him if this keeps up. Naruto squeaked out a few coherent words. Winry-chan, love you too, please. Winry didn't hear him as she was still raving over the teenage boy. Naruto made quick hand signs with one hand and exploded in a pile of smoke, leaving a log in her arms. Joshiro's eyebrow twitched. Where the hell did he get the log from? There isn't a damn tree anywhere around here for miles. Naruto walked from the side of the house cracking his back. There's firewood in the backyard, Big Boss. And why did you even bother asking that? You know that you should always remember the most important thing about Kawarimi. There is always a log, always. Crack, that didn't sound healthy. Winry dropped the segmented lumber and took in the appearance of the two boys, most notably the hate around their heads. You two have your headbands. You're ninja now. That's so great. Naruto grinned. Yep, and ever since we've graduated all we've been doing is just kicking ass, right Haku-chan? You should know. Haku glared at Naruto in response. Winry noted the girl in the company of her two familiar friends. Who is this girl, you guys? Haku smiled and bowed to Winry. Winry-san, I am Haku Momoki, a ninja of Konohagakure like Joshiro-kun and Naruto-kun. Joshiro wagged his eyebrows. Yep, Haku-chan here is a chunin like me in the runt, and she is also my beautiful, dear, sweet, killer ice manipulating beau, if and you didn't know. Joshiro sighed as he looked to the sky. Life is sweet. Pinako took the pipe out of her mouth. Well, it's wonderful to see you boys again. Come on inside. We shouldn't be standing outside all day. XXX. Konohagakure Team 7 meeting bridge. As Sasuke leaned against the bridge staring out into nothing, Sakura looked on in thought. Ever since the chunin exams, the team had been subtly drifting apart. Naruto had seemed somewhat resentful of Kakashi when he had spoken to her right before the third phase of the tests. Leaving Naruto to his own devices had fractured the sensei-student relationship between them. Even she had seen that. Even though Kakashi had begun making some effort to make amends, Naruto had held true to his own words from before. He had gotten away from Team 7. After becoming a chunin, he hadn't gone on a single mission with the team, only showing up in passing or out of respect for the meeting time. In a sense, it was only a matter of time before he got himself taken off for good, or at least he would attempt to. Kakashi hadn't taught Sasuke any new jutsu since the chunin exam. In between the invasion, Itachi's Tsukuyomi attack on Sasuke, and Sasuke attempting to fight Naruto and his subsequent attempt to use Chidori on the boy, Kakashi had taken to finding some way to deal with Sasuke's attitude, something he had been neglecting somewhat in the past. before he was too far gone. Due to Sasuke's punishment for the attack against a superior rank ninja, one of his conditions for probation was to be restricted to D-ranked missions until later notice. Needless to say, the stoic boy was not pleased. Every day the two would ask Kakashi where Naruto had gone off to, as seemingly the blonde was always out on missions these days instead of in town. Sakura had even asked Hinata where he might have gone, but both Hinata and Kakashi said he would be back soon and that they really couldn't say much more. No one could tell what was going on in Sasuke's head, and the last of the Uchiha clan was doing a very good job keeping his inner thoughts a secret. Sakura had eventually realized that the team had been a balance between the three kids and Kakashi. But with Naruto more or less gone from the team, the dynamic had shifted significantly, not just as far as in combat, seeing as how Naruto was the strongest, but in morale. The dry wit, sarcasm and all-around tension-breaking one-liners and silliness of Naruto that kept Sasuke from getting too high-strung and keeping Sakura from getting too low had vanished. They were all stretched to the limit mentally. Sakura sighed, looking out onto the water just as the telltale pop of Kakashi arriving and giving his obligatory half-assed excuse for being late sounded out. She really needed to talk to Naruto soon when he got home. XXX. Are we done yet? I swear it didn't take half this long the last time you guys measured me for my arm. Winry growled as she measured Naruto's left arm while Pinako looked over the right. Shut up, Naruto. This is a delicate process. Can you pay for another outfitting yourself if this one screws up? Pinako closed the tape measure. Well, kid, you're getting bigger very fast. Any longer without getting over here and you would be horribly overbalanced. Naruto grunted as Pinako detached his automail arm. Damn it. He muttered while rubbing the nothingness. Haku looked on wide-eyed as Joshiro yawned next to her on a couch. So what's the verdict, you guys? How soon can the kid get his prosthetic back in top condition? You guys weren't busy when we showed up, were you? Pinako shook her head. You shouldn't be talking to me. She angled her head at Winry. There's your technician. Joshiro blinked. Okay, while working on your own already, Winry. Well, how long do you figure? A week. Winry smiled smugly at Joshiro. Really, Joshiro? You think it would take a week? I'll have it ready for you in 2 days. Naruto groaned. Don't go killing yourself over it all, you gearhead. It's just an arm and it isn't going anywhere. Take your time. I need a vacation anyway. Pinako brought out a wooden substitute for him arm when Naruto backed away quickly. Oh hell no, get that wooden piece of crap away from me. I can't use that thing. Haku looked confused. Why, Naruto-kun, it's a prosthetic, not too much different from your arm. Naruto shook his head rapidly. Oh no, it isn't. Compared to the real thing, that misplaced puppet piece is total shite in quality. You don't go straight from steamed lobster to tuna in a can. No way is that thing even touching my coupling. Pinako snorted. Fine brat, go armless for a few days. I don't want to hear a single word from you about it then. Naruto thought he was waving it off, but realized he was trying to use his right arm. Okay, this will take some getting used to. Winry picked up his arm and began to head out. Okay, 2 days to a week to sew your arm. No sweat. Before she left the room, Winry called out, Joshiro, you really should go up to Capital City while you're over here. You know you have to eventually. Joshiro nodded as he stood to leave the room without a word. Pinako sighed. You know which room to use, only one bed though. Joshiro waved over his shoulder as he went up the stairs. Naruto opened the front door to head outside. I'll probably just take the couch, Pinako barkin. Let Big Boss and Haku-chan have it. Pinako looked at the boy as he left. Is he still not over it yet? It's been years since his family died. Eventually he has to come to terms with it. Naruto smiled slightly at the woman. I know, why do you think I brought him in the first place? I'll be back later, I just need some air for a bit. XXX. Haku opened the door to Joshiro's room to see the white-haired teen sitting on the edge of the bed. Haku shut the door and sat down next to him. Are you okay, Joshiro-kun? It must be tough to be so close to where your family died. Joshiro chuckled. I don't know why I'm being such about it. Your story was way worse than mine, and the first thing my parents would say if they knew how I was acting right now would be to cheer up. But damn it, it's hard. Haku grabbed one of his hands and began to rub the back of one to calm him down. You know that there are people that care about you, Joshiro-kun. You miss them, I know you do. I miss my family too, for all that happened. Joshiro gave her a sad look as she continued. I found new precious people. Zabuza-sama, your little brother Naruto-kun. Haku took Joshiro's face in her hands. And you too, Joshiro-kun. Joshiro's eyes widened as he looked at the smile on her face. Me. I'm precious to you, Haku-chan, really. Haku nodded. Yes, you are, Joshiro-kun. You've done so much for me. You let me live after defeating me in battle. You helped save my life. You gave me and Zabuza-sama a place to live and the chance to continue our careers. You let me into your life as if I was a friend, and eventually more. You've done so much for me, Joshiro-kun, and you've never asked for anything in return. Joshiro smirked as Haku blushed. Well, nothing that I didn't actually want from you in the first place. But still, Joshiro-kun, you are precious to me, and I hope that you think that I am precious to you too. Haku took a deep breath before giving Joshiro a brilliant smile and putting her hand on his cheek. What I'm trying to say to you is that I think I love you. Joshiro looked shell-shocked. No way. Really? You love me? A major grin split his face. That is so awesome. Joshiro grabbed Haku in a hug and fell back on the bed amid the girls' giggles. As Haku's laughter faded, the two just lay down staring at the ceiling before Joshiro finally spoke. Haku-chan, you know I love you too, right? Haku nodded. And thank you, really. I was kind of slipping for a moment there. Joshiro planted a kiss on Haku's lips that she returned readily. Joshiro looked into her eyes as they parted and saw the look she was giving him. Joshiro's eyes never left hers. One moment, baby. XXX. Within a few minutes' time, Naruto sat out on the porch with a shit-eating grin on his face. Kyubi-chan, they really should have closed the window before they started that. He had heard everything and would be rightly teasing him about finally doing the deed on the morrow. In his head he heard a giggle. I don't know, Naruto-kun, who knows? That could be us soon. Naruto's nose began to bleed slightly before he wiped it with his left forearm. Possibly, nothing's set in stone in the world. Hell, maybe one day I can figure out a way to get you out without me ending up 6 feet deep. Who really knows? Kyubi smiled in Naruto's head. I would like that, Naruto-kun. Now, get somewhere comfortable so that we can train. We need to use this time to get you better at using my power. Naruto rolled his eyes and stood up to head back inside. Yes, Kyubi-sensei, whatever you say. Your wish is my command. Kyubi chuckled in a plotting fashion. We'll see if you think so in a few minutes. Naruto walked back inside the house and shut the door. XXX. The next 3 days were simply wake up, eat, bug Winry about the automail, sleep, one-handed exercises, fight with Joshiro, one-handed and lose horribly, and watch Haku and Joshiro in their public displays of affection. Eventually one morning Naruto was awakened on the couch with a swift kick to his side. Jumping off of the couch he found Joshiro and Haku looking at him. Good morning, brat. I thought I'd wake you up before we leave. Naruto rubbed the sleep out of his eyes as he looked at the two older chunin. Where exactly are you two going? Joshiro sighed. I'm going to my parents' old house in outside of capital city with Haku-chan so I don't punk out and turn back before I get there. Naruto sat back down on the couch. So you're finally going, huh? Joshiro nodded. It's time I put that issue to bed once and for all. Naruto stood up. Well, hold on, damn it. I'm coming too. I'm bored as hell just sitting around here doing nothing. Joshiro and Haku looked at each other before Joshiro turned back to Naruto. I don't think so, little buddy. This one is kind of personal. I'm taking Haku-chan because, well, I told you why. I don't think you should come. Naruto's jaw dropped as Joshiro and Haku waved goodbye as they left the house. Naruto grumbled as he stomped through the house to get dressed. Big boss, leaving me here, I'm bored as hell. Stop cursing, Naruto-kun. A shout came from another room. Naruto kept walking through the house and stopped in Winry's workshop, peering over her shoulder with a grin. Hey Winry-chan, is my arm done yet? Winry didn't even look back. Naruto-kun, come back later, it should be done tonight, go do something. Naruto saluted Winry smartly. Okay then Winry-chan, I'll be back later. Winry waved him off, not even looking up from the table she was working from. As Naruto ran to the front door, Pinako's voice stopped him. Where do you think you're going right now? Naruto turned with a grin. Well, I'm bored, really bored. I am going to go outside and run amok while I wait for Winry-chan to finish my arm, so don't expect me back anytime soon. Naruto ran out and shut the door behind him. Naruto jumped off the porch and started stretching. Alright you one horse town, let's see what you've got for Naruto Uzumaki today. I'm ready for some debauchery. Naruto started sprinting down the dirt path. XXX. Team 7 stood at the normal meeting bridge at the end of the day. Alright team, good work today. Go on home and be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. as usual. Kakashi dismissed Sasuke and Sakura for the day as he pulled out his book and turned to leave. Sakura made a motion to try speaking with Sasuke, however Sasuke had other plans for his downtime. Kakashi, I need you to train me. Kakashi stopped in his tracks and turned to face his dark-haired student, book still shadowing his face. No Sasuke, I don't think so this time. Sorry, maybe some other time. Sasuke gritted his teeth subtly at Kakashi. Damn it, the Dobe is a chunin and he just keeps improving. He's going on long missions and I'm still stuck in this village wasting time. Why do they insist on holding me back? Sasuke just calmed himself before speaking. Why not Kakashi? I need to keep improving and I haven't learned anything since the chunin exams. Kakashi didn't look up. Well, I figured since the last time I taught you anything in the jutsu department you went and tried to use it on your own comrade to kill him, I shouldn't try teaching you anything. Sasuke almost lost control of himself as he strained to speak in a controlled form. Kakashi, Naruto got promoted, I need to catch up to him. Why are you holding me back when you've just let him excel? Kakashi shut his book and looked at the fuming Sasuke and Sakura, who was looking increasingly concerned. Alright, as much as it really hurts to actually admit it, I've done absolutely nothing for Naruto the entire time we've been a team. I haven't taught him any jutsu, I haven't overlooked his training once outside of the team exercises. Hell, when I did try to teach tree climbing he already knew it. Everything he's gotten he's done himself. Kakashi closed the distance and stared down Sasuke. You on the other hand, I've been focusing on you from pretty much day one. I've been trying to break you of your selfish outlook, but I guess all of the attention just exacerbated it. Kakashi sighed and ran a hand through his hair. Sasuke, just wait out your probation, that's all I can say. If you want training you have to train yourself for now. Until you prove to me that you can put your comrades ahead of yourself, then you'll get nothing more from me. Kakashi turned to leave. When Naruto gets back you should find him and apologize to him. Actually you could learn something from him far more important than any ninjutsu. Kakashi used Shunshin to leave, ending the conversation. Sasuke stood shaking in anger. I've just about had it with this place, it's as if they don't want me to revenge my clan. My entire clan was butchered and the entire village just watched and carried on. Sasuke turned and headed towards the Uchiha compound, leaving Sakura in her place, ignoring her calls. Sasuke walked inside the compound, taking in the buildings that were once full of life and activity. The entire scene was perfectly preserved from the day of the massacre, not a thing out of place outside of Sasuke's house itself. The large area was almost reminiscent of a museum. Sasuke entered his home and walked through the empty halls. I'll avenge you all, I swear it. It's all I desire out of life, and my solemn promise to you is that Itachi will answer for what he's done, come hell or high water. Sasuke barely noticed the dull throbbing on the back of his shoulder as the curse mark resurfaced. XXX. The sun was receding over the horizon as Naruto walked on the lonesome path back to Pinako and Winry's home. I can't believe Big Boss and Haku-chan would just leave in the middle of butting nowhere with not a damn thing to do to occupy myself all day. Naruto kicked up dirt as he kept walking ahead. Such a boring day. I guess all of the kids around here leave for a real place when they get old enough. Poor Winry, there isn't a single teenager our age around here. Really? You don't say. Naruto turned to find a girl in a cloak shadowed by her hood with only her smirking mouth visible. Warning signs went off all throughout his head, but Naruto, being the friendly yet slightly thick-headed blonde ninja he is, put a smile on. Well, hello there sis. Who are you? I haven't seen you around Resemble before. Are you from around here? The girl chuckled slightly. No, I guess you can say I'm just here on business. And as for my name, well, I guess I could tell you that much. My name is Akiza Tamagawa, at your service. Naruto smiled at the girl as he moved towards her. That's a nice name, you seem really pretty, if only that hood wasn't in the way. Akiza grinned and pulled her hood down to look at Naruto with her striking forest green eyes. She giggled at him. So what do you think now, Fullmetal? Naruto grinned widely. You see, I knew you were pretty, keep the hood off, you look nicer that way. Something clicked in Naruto's head as the grin fell from his face. Wait, what did you call me? Akiza smirked at Naruto's change in expression. I know you, Fullmetal Alchemist, although right now you don't look too full or too metal, if you catch my drift. Naruto backed up a step. So what do you want? If you know me and called me that, then you have some business with me, but how could you even know me? You're my age. Akiza chuckled and began walking towards a retreating Naruto. You've become quite well known in Iwagakure Fullmetal. The Tsuchikage has quite a little interest in you, and that's not a good thing as far as you or I am concerned. Akiza made a quick motion to throw a kunai and cut Naruto across his cheek. As she threw off her cloak to reveal dark shinobi pants taped at the ankles and just her vest covering her upper body, leaving the bottom half of her torso exposed, I'm here to capture you and take you back with me to Iwa Fullmetal Alchemist. Please comply. They never told me that you actually had to be in working condition. Naruto had a bead of sweat rolling down his face. I swear to Kami, I am just the Eternal of Murphy's Law. I'm missing a damn arm and I have no backup anywhere nearby. Calling Big Boss would do no good, he's nowhere near here, this would be all over by the time he even got in gear to come back. Naruto smiled bitterly as he shook his head. Sir, I don't think I could convince you to give me a half an hour to get back to the place I'm staying at and get my arm before we do this, right? Akiza shook her head. Nope, sorry Fullmetal. I'm not risking my mission record to give you time to get your things together, this is much easier. Akiza ran in to attack Naruto, who put up a flimsy one-armed guard that she just walked right through to deliver a sharp hook to his face that sent him stumbling back. Akiza laughed as Naruto caught his balance. Give me a break Fullmetal, I'm a Junin. Even though I personally suck at taijutsu, I can beat up some one-armed runt with a death wish. Just surrender and this will go so much smoother. Naruto rubbed his face. Sorry, can't quit Akiza. I have too much to do to just roll over and get caught by you. And I call bullshit on the Junin thing. How old are you? 14? You don't look any older than me. Akiza scoffed and ran back in to deliver a knee to his body and a spinning kick to his face. She whipped her hair back as she stood over a fallen Naruto. It's not really so odd. Your own village had Itachi Uchiha as an Anbu by the time he was 13, and your Kakashi Hatake was a Junin when he was 13. Naruto kicked at her legs and rolled backwards to get to his feet. Okay, I'll give you that, but why me? What the hell is Iwa's problem with me? I never even met anyone from Iwa before now. Akiza smirked as she set herself into a combat stance. Well, you seem to be progressing far too quickly for our Tsuchikage's tastes. That, and you look way too much like that insufferable arch-bastard himself, and you've got yourself a recipe for getting placed on our shit list. Naruto looked at the girl blocking his path to the Rockbell's house. Damn it, I am not getting past her. Even if I do, there's no way to lose her. No trees or any kind of cover and far too much ground to cover. Akiza bit her thumb and began making her hand signs. Let's make this quick. I'm tired of the countryside. I want to go home. Kuchio's no Jutsu, Seki Kiritateru, Naginata no Iman, Summoning Jutsu, Earthslayer, the Eternal Halberd. Explanation note. A Naginata halberd is a weapon that is comprised of a long wooden shaft with a moderately long blade on the end. It has a guard where the blade and shaft meet like a sword. It's a pretty nasty weapon for those that do not watch The Deadliest Warrior on Spike TV. That weapon kicks ass as far as I'm concerned. Naruto went wide-eyed as he watched the girl spin her massive weapon overhead before slamming it down by her side, blade facing up. Akiza laughed once more at Naruto's situation. You can still surrender before I have to get messy. Don't make me cut your other arm off just to capture you. Naruto scratched his head. No. Akiza sighed. You made your choice, I guess. You're not exactly smart, but I guess I can respect that. Okay. No mercy from me, you blonde bastard. Akiza ran in to assault Naruto, who dodged her strokes rapidly, cursing himself all the while. Damn it. I trained too much to use the auto-mail arm to block attacks and counter accordingly while I hold my enemies back with my arm. I stopped learning how to really dodge people. Akiza slashed Naruto across the chest and kicked him in the chest before thrusting straight ahead with the Naginata. Naruto moved to the side and batted the Naginata aside with his left arm. Using his only arm to create an opening for himself, he also made one for Akiza, who promptly awarded him with a quick jab to his face. Naruto stumbled back and took another slash, this time across the shoulder. Naruto fell and rolled back holding his new wound. Damn, how good are you with that thing, by the way? Akiza rubbed the bridge of her nose smugly, not that it matters Fullmetal cripple, but I'm a ring surgeon with this thing. Naruto growled at the hopeless situation. Naruto-kun, take some of my chakra, maybe you can overwhelm her with it. Naruto mentally shook his head. No, Kyubi-chan, she's from Iwa. Most other hidden villages don't know me and I'd like to keep it that way for now. If I killed her with your chakra, then Iwa would know something was up when they find her body and find the demonic chakra rolling off of her corpse. Naruto stood while he kept speaking to his tenant. They don't need to know I'm a Jinchuriki, it might make him up the quality of assassin next time. Naruto felt the wounds on his body slow in blood flow as he reached into his cloak. Try this then. Naruto pulled out a kunai wrapped in an explosive tag, chucked it at Akiza, who simply batted the explosive tag aside, sending it in the air to explode harmlessly. Is that all you have for me? Just quit, please. I'm starting to get really upset with you. Naruto chuckled. You upset? You didn't get cut across the chest and shoulder by a crazy with a big ass weapon, did you? Akiza took the jab in stride and spun her naginator as she began walking towards Naruto. Those little paper cuts are nothing, little boy. Time to get serious. Naruto growled at Akiza. Damn it, I'm not a little boy. I'm just as old as you. Akiza began running at Naruto, who threw caution to the wind and charged in himself, yelling a battle cry. XXX. Winry wiped her forehead as she stood from her seat smiling down at her work. Finally, after almost 5 days, it's done. Winry stretched as she yelled out, Grandma. Where's Naruto-kun? His arm is done. Pinako walked into the room. He left this morning looking for something to do today since Joshiro left with Haku. She took a puff of her pipe. He should be back eventually. The moon is out. He should know to be getting back right now. Suddenly an explosion ripped through the silence of the night countryside. Winry got up and ran to the front door to see a fireball dispersing in the distance in the air. Winry turned back to see Pinako carrying Naruto's arm and a belt of tools. You'd better get going and take it to him. Who knows what that boy ended up getting into. Winry nodded and wrapped the belt around herself, taking the arm also before taking off into the night to find Naruto. XXX. Naruto's body slammed off of the stone wall on the side of the road as blood flew from his mouth. Akiza laughed as Naruto sat up against the wall. Naruto spat blood on the ground. Stop laughing, you crazy stone. Akiza stopped laughing and slammed her blade through Naruto's arm, pinning it against the wall. Akiza ignored Naruto's shouts of pain as she put her face close to Naruto's, grinding the blade deeper as she spoke. Now that's not nice. I don't think I like that nickname, Fullmetal. I'd rather be called Iwa's top rookie Junin. I think I've earned it. Naruto kicked futilely at her as she backed away and drove the sole of her sandal into his face as it sat against the wall. Watching Naruto's head slump as she pulled her foot back, she grinned and pulled her weapon out of his arm. She poked at his prone form and got a groan in response. So you're still conscious? Let's fix that, shall we? I don't feel like having you freak out on me when we're going home. Akiza picked Naruto up by his collar and held him at eye level. She smirked at the sight of her prey. You're not so tough, Fullmetal. With only one arm you can't do anything, can you? Naruto gave her a bloody smile. Naruto Uzumaki Hidden Jutsu, Ketsuekiri no Jutsu, Blood Mist Jutsu. Naruto spit his blood in her face like a can of mace. Akiza dropped Naruto and began fussing with her eyes. Naruto took the time to get up and sprint off down the path. Got to get away. I can't beat her like this. She's just messing with me. I can't take her even when she's barely serious. Naruto mentally made 30 kage bunshin. Hang back and do whatever you have to do to slow her down. Buy me as much time as you can. The one-armed clones gave him a left-handed salute and turned to face the path, waiting for the Iwa nin to charge down the path looking for their creator. Naruto kept running until he finally saw a sight for sore eyes. Naruto grinned a bloody smile as he saw Winry and what she was carrying. Naruto collapsed to his knees as Winry closed the distance between them. Winry dropped to her knees to check Naruto over. Are you alright? What the hell happened to you? Naruto smiled. I guess I'm just a magnet for random acts of violence. Naruto's smile fell as a sensation hit him. Winry, please tell me you brought the stuff to put that damn thing on. Winry nodded and pulled out what she needed while Naruto set himself against the wall. Naruto's thoughts were flooded with scenes of battle, namely Akiza cutting through his handicapped clones like wheat, Naruto pulled his cloak off as Winry came over and set his arm in position while Naruto kept thinking, I can see what my clones did before they die. Why the hell didn't I know that beforehand? She's kicking their asses though. Naruto turned to Winry, are we set? Winry nodded, whenever you're ready it can go in. Naruto took a series of shallow breaths, okay go for it. Winry cranked a series of places on his arm, attaching it back to his nerve endings. Naruto felt the searing pain of his arm and shouted loudly to the sky. Winry gave him a hug to try and soothe his pain until a voice pulled her from worrying about Naruto, those damnable cage bunchen of yours truly were a pain to kill, especially the last three. Winry and Naruto turned to see Akiza walking down the path holding her Naginator. They gave me a creepy-looking grin before they ran at me in a blind rush, one-handed. Are your clones suicidal, Fullmetal? Do you have something to tell me? Naruto began laughing madly as Winry backed away and jumped over the wall to get out of the way. Akiza raised an eyebrow, have you lost it, Fullmetal? Did I kick your ass too hard back there and give you a concussion? Naruto laughed as only his left side was being shown to the girl while he stood up. His mirth subsided as he gave her an evil grin, you have been kicking my ass right from the start of our little fight. Akiza shrugged smugly, it's not hard to beat up a kid with one arm you know. Naruto nodded, oh I know, but now it's time to see how good you are when we're on even ground. Akiza's eyes widened as Naruto turned to reveal his newly reinstalled automail, gleaming in the moonlight, I hope you're as good as you think you are. Remember my name Stone, Naruto Uzumaki, the Fullmetal Alchemist. Capital City, Hino Kuni. Joshiro sat at the edge of his hotel room bed looking outside at the moon. Haku walked in from the bathroom with a concerned look after seeing Joshiro staring blankly outside. Haku slid up next to him and wrapped her arms around him, what's wrong Joshiro-kun, are you okay? Joshiro took note of the girl holding him to her chest and smiled, yeah Haku-chan I'm fine, just a feeling that's all. Haku frowned and squeezed him tightly, are you still upset about seeing your old house today? Because you said you were fine by the time we left. Joshiro turned around to face her, no Haku-chan no. I didn't lie about that. The runt was right, coming to see it now after so long really brought it all full circle. I still want Orochimaru's balls in a deep fryer, but whatever happens happens. At least they left me a gift in my alchemy that I can pass down to my family. Haku blushed but quelled her libido, so what's the matter then? Joshiro shook his head, I can't help but think we should have taken the brat. I've got the feeling his dumbass got caught up in some old bullshit and now he's in trouble or something. Haku nodded, well there's nothing we can do here now. Even if we ran full speed back then we wouldn't get back until tomorrow afternoon anyway. Just don't worry about it. Joshiro fell back on the bed and Haku followed, landing on his chest forcing him to exhale with an, oomph, I guess you're right. The kid is a scrapper, he'll be just fine I guess. XXX. Back in Resemble Moonlit Road. Akiza growled and looked at Winry who was peering over the wall, I was too nice. I should have just killed that family you were with while you were gone all day and then fought you afterwards. Naruto looked shocked and looked between his enemy and Winry, you would just go and kill Winry-chan and Pinako Barkin like that. Akiza smirked cruelly, they're just an obstacle to me capturing you. The girl over there got you back to fighting shape, that'll make this a lot more difficult now. Killing her before she could have installed your arm would have shortened the battle and given me less effort. Naruto looked at Akiza enraged, so you would just kill her only because she was a variable. She's a civilian. She isn't involved in this, it's between you and me. Akiza chuckled, Fullmetal you'll find that the higher in the rankings you go, the more the lines are blurred. I'm 14 and I've already done assassinations on political figures, not ninja or samurai or any kind of warrior, just politicians. Akiza looked up at the moon, some people say I shouldn't have come up so fast, that I should have kept my innocence for a while longer. Her gaze snapped back down to Naruto, but my innocence has been dead for years. I knew what I was getting into and so do you. I was a little girl once, now I'm just a soldier for Iwa. She put her Naginator in an attacking stance, and like a good soldier I will follow my orders from my leader. Your capture is the Tsuchikage's will, and I am the tool that will ensure that his will is carried out. Prepare yourself Fullmetal, no more games. Naruto clapped and ran his hand across his automail to form his arm blade, Well then, like a good soldier, I guess you should be ready to die, because I'll be damned if you're taking me. Naruto took a step but was nailed in the back of the head with a wrench and fell to the ground. Akiza stood straight up and simply blinked. Naruto stood up, rubbing his head. He snapped around to face Winry standing on the stone wall. What the hell, Winry? We were about to get into some serious shit. Winry didn't falter. You jerk. Do you know how long it took me to get your auto mail done? And now look at it. Put it back to the way it was, you little bastard. Naruto yelled right back. This is how I fight, Winry. I'll put it back after the fight is over, just chill out. Winry pouted and Naruto turned back around to face Akiza. Now that that little issue is resolved, let's pick up where we left off. Where were we? Oh yeah, your bastard spear was getting slammed into my shoulder. Akiza chuckled. Good memory. Your little metal arm might give you a chance now, a snowball's chance, in hell. Naruto shrugged. Never know until I try, right? Bring it on, stone. Akiza ran in and slashed at Naruto, who simply lifted his auto mail arm to block. Akiza smirked. Hirageru. The blade of her Naginator extended and forced Naruto to push off and jump back before he was impaled. Naruto gazed at her weapon as the blade went back to its normal length. What the hell was that? Akiza laughed. That was one of Seki Kiritateru's special abilities that I've discovered. It can extend its length if I infuse it with my chakra. It's one of the qualities that makes Seki Kiritateru one of Wagakure's legendary weapons of fate. It's one reason that I'm so strong. Naruto stared her down. So your weapon is your main attack? It's basically what got you so far in your career. Akiza nodded. This beautiful weapon is what got me through the Chunin exams. None of those baby genin could stand up to my blade. After that it was straight to the top for me, and now you're the next to fall. But don't worry, I'll leave you alive so you can tell everyone how Akiza Tamagawa kicked your Yondaime-looking ass up and down this country road. Naruto grit his teeth. A legendary weapon, what else can it do? I've seen Zabuza's Kubikiri Hoko, Kisame Hoshigaki's Seindeya, and Orochimaru has that damn Kusanagi. Why do all of the bad guys have kick-ass weapons? Akiza steeled her expression. Enough gawking at my weapon, Fullmetal, now fight. Hirageru. Naruto swatted the blade away from himself and ran in. Akiza jumped back and swung her Naginator to the side. The extended blade gaffed Naruto across his side before he leapt away. Naruto felt the cut on his side. It was deep enough to begin bleeding profusely. Naruto squinted and clapped his hands before slamming them into the ground, sending up a mass of earth at Akiza. Akiza just cut through the jutting rock. The weapon is called Earthslayer, you idiot. You've got to do better than that. Naruto made his cross seal, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu. 20 clones flanked Naruto at his sides and stared Akiza down. The original stepped out. No mercy, now go. The clones ran at Akiza, some making blade arms to attack in close, others hanging back to transmute weapons like wakizashis, kunai, shuriken and spears from the ground to prepare with. Akiza had a grin as she spun through the clumsily organized attacks of the clones and cut through them with brutal efficiency. More of your touched in the head, Bunshin, I see. For actually having your arm back, you aren't doing too much better. Naruto scoffed. Kami woman, do you ever shut up? Naruto snapped his finger and the clones let their projectiles fly as the other remainders rushed in with their weapons. Akiza gracefully danced around the kunai and shuriken and again cut through the assault of the clones with minimal effort. Is that it? You might as well have not ever run away from me. Naruto looked around. I can't use the terrain, there isn't any terrain. It's pure rolling fields, no trees, no cover, sigh asterisk I hate resemble. Akiza thrusted the Naginator at Naruto from a distance and forced it to extend at the blonde boy. Naruto transmuted a wall up from the ground, but the blade pierced through and stabbed him through the chest. However, it just kept extending through his arm further and further. Akiza heard the blonde yell out as the blade pierced his chest. She grinned as she retracted the blade and looked upon the blood coating her weapon. You can't take too much more of this Fullmetal. Give up before I kill you by accident. Naruto dropped down behind his still existent wall and looked back at Winry. Naruto hissed out orders to the girl. Winry-chan, go home. Winry, who was shocked at the beating Naruto was taking, snapped out of her trance. What? And just leave you here alone. She'll hurt you, I couldn't do that. Naruto coughed up blood on the ground. Listen, I fight a very destructive style that makes a lot of collateral damage. If you hang around then I can't cut loose on this, and then I really will lose. You saved my ass when you brought my arm, but you can save it again by getting the hell out of Dodge. When I'm done I'll head straight back home, I promise. Winry nodded and began running back to the house, leaving Akiza and Naruto alone on the path. Naruto sighed in relief. Sorry Winry-chan, but you don't need to see this. Akiza began to taunt the boy. Some really loyal friends you have there, Fullmetal. Your team left you alone with a handicap, and now the little mechanic girl up and left you too while you're wounded. Akiza saw a figure dart out from behind the wall and make an attempt at flanking her. She extended her blade and cleaved it in two just in time to hear a pop and a clap before a flash signified that the wall was broken down. She immediately ducked a slash that Naruto sent that was fully intended to take off her head or sever her jugular, and tried to retract her blade, but as she ducked and stayed low, Naruto shot out his knee and caught her in the face. As she popped back up from the knee, Naruto grabbed her by the collar and kneed her hard in the body, causing Akiza to cough up blood. Naruto took his advantage and ran her into the stone wall. Akiza again tried to send a signal to her blade to retract, but Naruto cut off her mental order again with a sharp elbow to her face that cut her over her eye. Naruto kept Akiza on the wall and continued beating her to a pulp while she kept calling to her weapon only to get interrupted. Naruto grabbed the hand holding the blade and gave her a dark grin. You made a few very serious mistakes today when you came after me. Naruto made a sharp twist and broke her wrist. Akiza dropped the blade and Naruto threw her back out into the open and began to pummel her while she simply took his shots with no hope for a counter. First, you took the goddamn mission in the first place. Naruto grabbed her in the tie plum clinch and began a barrage of unblocked knees to her body and head. Second, you underestimated me, the entire time. Junin, Chunin or whatever, I'm a dangerous motherer. Ask anyone that I didn't kill yet and they'll tell you not to around with me. Naruto pulled her up to face him and hit a hard spinning backfist straight to her jaw that sent her stumbling limply backwards. Naruto ran in and hit a flying knee strike to her head before he summoned his Kage Bunshin to surround her. Naruto clapped the ground and sent her flying with a mass of ground looking like a fist. The clones then sent their brethren flying as they kicked Akiza higher in the air again and again. Akiza was fading in and out of consciousness as they floated above a grassy field. Naruto appeared under Akiza, grabbing her arms and turning so that he was on her like a sled before he thrusted a kick that sent her to the ground hard face first. Akiza still tried to move away from where she landed hard, but Naruto dropped down from the sky with an axe kick straight to her spine, forming a crater, Sankakusu Kese, Delta formation. Akiza shouted in anguish before finally collapsing. Naruto stood up over her and looked at her beaten form. Your biggest mistake? You rely on your weapon far too much. After I forced you to drop the damn thing, you were pretty much useless. Naruto turned to walk away before a weak voice made him turn. Wait. Naruto walked back to Akiza's crater. Akiza looked at Naruto weakly. So just kill me already, you win. Naruto shook his head. No, you're going to go back to Iwa and you're going to tell the Tsuchikage to leave me alone from now on. Tell him this was his own freebie. If he sends any more kidnappers, or if he gets a wild hair up his ass and decides that sending an assassin for me or anyone I care about is a great idea, you'd better make sure he has body bags ready for how I send them back. Naruto turned to leave Akiza in the crater. As he made it back to the main road, he turned and looked towards where he left her. And clean yourself up, girl. Because you got knocked out. Naruto vanished in the night as Akiza laid in the crater racked with pain. That son of a. He didn't even kill me after he won. He doesn't think I'm a threat. Akiza tried to move to stand but fell back down, spitting up blood. Akiza rolled over and looked up at the moon. You win this round, Fullmetal Alchemist, but this isn't over. Forget what my orders were. After I get back to Iwa, I'll hunt you down. This isn't over. You will pay dearly for this humiliation. I will make you wish you'd never fought. I'm going to make you beg at my feet by the time I'm through with you. XXX. The next day. Guess who's back? Naruto jumped up and ran at the front door when he heard that shout. Upon sight of who had just entered the house, Naruto punched Jushiro right in the stomach. Jushiro doubled over as all of the air left his body, leaving him a wheezing mess on the floor. Wheeze asterisk Naruto, why? Naruto sneered down at his older brother. Because you left me here with nothing, big boss. You guys suck. Do you know what the hell I just got through doing? Jushiro wheezed defiantly. Being a short made pain in the ass. Wheeze asterisk. Naruto kicked the grounded Jushiro. Not even close. I had to fight off a foreign Junin with one arm, you bastard. Joshiro coughed. Well, if you beat her one-handed, then she wasn't that tough. Naruto sighed. I got lucky. First off, she wasn't fighting to kill, and secondly, she kept playing around with me the entire time. Joshiro stood back up. Well, then you look healthy enough, so let's get going. We need to get back home. Who knows what soon it has for us when we return. Joshiro, Haku, and Naruto said the goodbyes to the Rockbell family and went on their way to Konoha. One fully operational alchemist assembled. XXX. 2 days later, forests around the edge of High no Kuni. Dude, we're totally lost, aren't we, big boss? Shut the hell up, runt. I don't see you reading the goddamn map. Because you won't let me. At least give it to Haku-chan, I know she can read one. Joshiro-kun, maybe Naruto-kun is right, we should have been back by now. Naruto scoffed as the trio landed on a branch for a moment. Big boss's dumbass probably took us to the opposite side of the country by now. Joshiro growled at Naruto. I said shut up, runt, just let me think for a moment. Can I think? The trio sat in silence as Joshiro fumbled with the map. After about 5 minutes of nothing, Naruto snatched the map and gave it to Haku. Haku smiled and took the map from Naruto. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiled and nodded while Joshiro grumbled about stupid asshole blonde kids. Haku pursed her lips before speaking up. Well, I would say we are about half a day away from Ta no Kuni. Naruto grinned smugly at Joshiro. You see, dumbass. You almost took us right into Orochimaru's country. You almost got me caught by a damn pedophile. You know what that pasty mother does? Hell no, not my ass, not tonight. Joshiro ignored Naruto. So Haku-chan, how do we get back on the way to Konoha? Haku checked the map. Well, we could keep traipsing about the woods for Kami knows how long until things start looking familiar, or we could double back and head back from the Valley of the End where we all know how to get back. The brothers looked at one another before speaking simultaneously. Valley of the End. The group of Chunin took off in the general direction of the Valley of the End before sounds of struggle caught their attention. Naruto grinned and cut off from the group when he heard it. Joshiro freaked out. Brat, where the hell are you going? Naruto turned around with a grin. My testosterone is tweaking and I hear a fight. Game time, big boss. You and Haku-chan can go on ahead. I'll catch up in a minute. Naruto turned and jumped off. Joshiro hit himself in the forehead. I'm so glad my hair is white because I swear that kid is giving me gray hairs. Haku looked worried. Should we go get him, Joshiro-kun? Joshiro pondered it for a moment. No, hell no. Let Junior dumbass get caught up in whatever is going down, he can handle it. I am tired and I want to go home quick, let's go home. XXX. In a field within the forest, Rock Lee had been facing off with Kimimaro Kaguya for an extended period of time when the barrel Kimimaro had been carrying began to smoke. At that moment Naruto came bursting through the foliage surrounding the clearing. Bushy brows, what's up? You can walk right again. Rock Lee looked and smiled at the appearance of the blonde boy. Naruto-kun, it is good to see you again, and yes, Tsunade-sama's surgery on me was a success. I am back at fighting capacity. Rock Lee shot his nice guy pose at Naruto while the barrel continued to smoke. Suddenly the barrel ceased smoking. The three figures stood still until the top burst open and an insane laugh rang out. Yes. This is real power. This is just what I need to take care of Itachi. Naruto's eyes widened as the figure stood on the tree branches at the edge of the clearing. Even with the strange markings on his face, Naruto still knew who it was, Sasuke. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.